afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. We hope that you guys enjoyed our delicious food from Viva Foods. Again, an amazing afternoon to all of you. Hello. Hi. All right, everyone. So wait, by the way, before I forget, my name is Jean Kylie, and I will be your host for the rest of our Grand Media Conference today. And of course, would like to thank all our friends here for coming over. Maraming salamat po for our friends from the media. Of course, online, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And as we begin this special gathering today, may we first take a moment of reflection and gratitude. To lead us in the opening prayer, may we call on stage Mr. Aaron Villaflor.
Oh, thank you, G. First time nga mag-lead ng prayer in front of MediaCon. Okay, sige. Let's put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Lord, we thank you for all the unwavering blessings you pour out on us on each day. Strengthen our faith and take care of our health for us to work properly in your favor. Lord, we thank you and continue to protect our family, continue to protect ourselves, continue to protect our duties, jobs, and all the things that we do. It's all unto you. And all things we ask in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Magandang umaga po at hapon po sa ating lahat. Muli ako po si Aaron Villaflor. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you very much. That was Aaron Villaflor, and we will be back in a minute. But before that, again, thank you so much everyone for coming here and supporting us for this media conference. And of course, this is distributed by Viva Films. Okay, by LGK Film for their newest, let's congratulate, of course, LGK Film for their newest Asian Nostra action drama tale. Let's give them a big round of applause. Yes, there you have it. Can we have much louder claps from everybody? There you have it. Thank you so much. Okay, again, this is an Asian Nostra action drama tale that explores power, loyalty, and the cost of breaking free from a legacy. Pater Noster, Our Father. Once again, distributed by Viva Films, starring Aaron Villaflor, Sir Archie Adamos, and Kaylee Carrigan. The film is written and directed by Direct Matt Catron. Okay, and later on, we will see them, of course, right over here on stage. But before we officially open our program or begin our Q&A, we would also like to thank, once again, all of you guys for coming over, and also to present this afternoon are the film's producer. Let's give them a big round of applause. Miss Beck Catron. 1882 Film Productions, 1882. Line producer, Miss Elaine Lozano. And production designer, Leo Cabillos. Thank you very much for your support. And now mark your calendars because on March 25th, ilang tulog na lang po yan, we're about to witness the battle of survival in Pater Noster in cinemas nationwide. Again, March 25 na po yan. And this time, without further ado, this is the first time you will be seeing the official trailer of Pater Noster. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this trailer. I'm sure you're all curious about the film, kaya huwag na natin patagalin pa, sabay-sabay natin panoorin ang official trailer ng Pater Noster, Our Father.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. Tayo ang Alpha! Alpha! tumatanda na ako at nakasalalay sa aking anak na si Peter ang lahat-lahat ng itong may iwan.
Ninong, masyadong maraming dugo na nawawala sa kanya, kaya blood transfusion.
So we're doing that. Saan? Paano?
Pagaling ni Peter, pwede magkaroon ng pagpapawa sa person natin dahil sa pagdugo niya.
Peter, anong pakiramdam mo? Pinupunyan ko na nga lang ay kung sino ang posibleng gumawa sa uling pag-iwan natin.
Ilang beses kong pinawala po mo para mapatunayan ko sa iyo na kaya ko sumunod sa isasyo!
I want my Peter the Great roaring back. Ay, naman.
Nasabi ko na po sa inyo, hindi namin masasabing nangyayari. Hanap na po tayo na iba.
Kung mahahanap tayo ng iba, paano tayo makasiguro wala nang kalimut?
Siguro sir, kung makita natin ang kaparehas na ugali katulad ni Peter.
At nalpaagila kayo o mapabilang pa dyan!
Mas hinahangan ko ang katahimikan.
Apo ko, ay ako.
Tahimik kaya ito.
Ano ba ang hindi mo maintindihan? Sabi ko, tapos na ako sa larong ito. Ayoko na! Inconsiderate! Heartless! Oh, man!
Ito na ang kapalaran. Face your destiny. Nandito ka ngayon dahil sa ginawa.
There you have it. Let's give a big hand, everybody. That was the official trailer of Pater Noster. Again, March 25 na po yan. At trailer pa lang yan. Kung excited na rin kayo, go ahead and help us spread the word. Post your photos and videos on socials at gamitin ang ating official hashtags. Our official hashtags for today are hashtag Pater Noster Our Father and hashtag Pater Noster MediaCon. Alright, the faces and minds who made this epic tale a reality are all here. So kaya let me introduce to you guys the cast and director of Pater Noster Our Father. Let's start off with one of the writer of the film Pater Noster. Let's give it up for Mr. Raymond Diamson. Let's give it a big hand, everybody. Hello, good afternoon. Please stay with me in the middle and please say hello to all our dear friends today.
Magandang hapon po sa ating mga kasamahan sa press. Thank you for coming. And I really hope ay matagpuan ninyo sa pelikula namin yung universal language about family and finding one's again. Thank you.
There you have it. Thank you very much. And please stay in the middle for a quick photo op. Smile. Please face center. Center sa ating Viva camera. Harap po tayo sa gitna. Okay. And strike a pose. 3, 2, 1. Up next to your left, please. Please face to your left. And 3, 2, 1. Lastly, to your right, please. And 3, 2, and 1. Thank you very much. You may now take your seat right over here. Maraming salamat. Okay. Up next, she is a phenomenal action talent known not only for her striking screen presence, but also for her incredible stunt work in projects such as La Luna Sangre, Vivos, Maria, Ang Provinciano, Shake, Rattle, and Roll Extreme, Topak, and more. Let's give it up for Kaylee Carrigan.
Hello everyone, thank you all for coming and I'm excited for you to see our movie, so thank you.
Congratulations to your film. And please stay in the middle. Let's have your photos taken. Please face center sa ating Viva camera. Right over in the middle in 3, 2, 1. Up next, to your left, please. 3, 2, 1. Lastly, to your right. 3, 2, 1. Once again, Kaylee Carrigan, everybody. Please stay in the middle, please. Sa gitna po. Yan. Ang ating, wala pa palang isa, kaya pala natin sabi ko middle. Alright, moving forward. Up next, a seasoned actor who has graced both film and television with memorable performances over the years, including roles in Datna, Moro, Kid Kulafu, A Hard Day, Black Rider, Batang Quiapo, Racket ni Nanay, Third World Romance, at marami pang iba. Please welcome Sir Archie Adamos!
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Hello po. Welcome to our
Archie,
press con.
there you have it. Para makita po namin kayo yung kagwapuhan ninyo ngayon. Okay, let's have your photos taken. Please face center, Viva camera in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, left please. Sir Archie. Yes, parang nagpa-pageant lang po tayo. Ayan, 3, 2, 1, and lastly to your right. Para naman sa mga kaibigan natin nasa kanan. 3, 2, and 1. Sir Archie, you may take your seat right over
Thank
here.
you so much.
There you have it. Up next, we also have a well-known actor whose versatile career spans acclaimed films like General Luna, Goyo ang Batang General, Clarita, Penduko, Quezon, as well as hit television series such as Angelito, The Greatest Love, FPJ's Ang Provinciano, and more. Let's all welcome Aaron Villaflor!
Yan, to our lovely press, maraming salamat po for making time and for making time to listen to our story today. And it's good to see everyone after a long time. Masaya ako na nakita tayo muli. And ayun, this is our story and I hope you will like it and love our story made by my family here at Pater Noster. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
There you have it. And let me take the microphone. Please stay in the middle, Aaron. Dahil may photo op pa tayo. Sayang naman ang pag-jacket mong maganda. Okay. Center muna tayo. Viva camera. 3, 2, and 1. A little to your left, please. 3, 2, 1. And lastly, to your right. 3, 2, 1. There you have your way. Oh, one more photo right over here. Ayan. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. There you have it. Aaron Villaflor, everybody. And of course, leading the vision behind Pater Noster, our father, a filmmaker known for his acclaimed shorts, The Book of Silence, and CDRL Plus Life. Please welcome the writer and director of Pater Noster, our father, Direk Matt Catrol.
Magandang hapon. I'm learning Filipino, so I'm going to say please. Salamat for coming today and spending it with us. I hope you enjoyed the trailer.
There you have it. And please stay in the middle. Direct Matt. Okay, let's have your photos taken. Strike a pose, whatever pose you want to do. It's up to you. Okay, just stay there. Okay. And please face our middle camera. Viva camera right in the middle. In 3, 2, and 1. Up next, please face a little to your left. Direct Matt. A little to your left. Tinagalog ko talaga siya. A little to your left, alright? Please face right over here for a quick photo op in 3, 2, and 1. Lastly, to your right, please, to all our friends. To your right in 3, 2, and 1. Alright, may I invite the rest of the cast and the writer to please join our director. Right in front, in the middle. Okay, once again, please face center, middle camera to our Viva camera right in the middle. 3, 2, And 1. Up next, please face a little to your left para sa mga kaibigan natin sa kaliwa. Mas matagal dito dahil mas marami po sila dito sa ating kaliwa. Alright? 3, 2, and 1. Lastly, to your right, please. 3, 2, and 1. There you have it. That will be the end of our first photo op. Later on, we'll have another one. So you may take your seats. Okay, Direct, you may sit right here beside our beautiful Miss Kaylee. There you have it. Okay, and I think everyone's ready for the Q&A, but before that, here's a few reminders for our dear friends from the press. Please refrain from asking insensitive, offensive, and personal questions. We will only entertain questions related to the film Pater Noster. As always, we will have batches to be on standby mode, so please wait for your turn. And speaking of batches, for our first batch, please do stand by. Mel Navarro of Tempo, Bobby Regentina of Manila Bulletin, Miss Pilar Mateo of Hataw, Miss Kate Kadahar of Random Republica, and Romel Gonzalez of Police Files, Hataw, and Eagles Balita. Our first question will be coming from Mel Navarro from Tempo.
Hello. Hi, Admiral. Congratulations to your film, Pater Noster. I believe this is your first feature film,
Yes, sir.
first full-length film. So may we know a little something or a background of your professional career way back when you were starting doing short films?
I have graduated from film school back in 2009. I majored in film production. This is my second career. I would say this is my passion. My first career was dentistry. I'm in healthcare assistant. Filmmaking was an outlet for me, and I greatly appreciate it, and I kind of shifted to a full-time filmmaker.
When did you realize that you like doing films? Aside from being a dentist, when did you realize you like doing films?
Film was a passion since I was a child. I enjoyed films, and then I decided to kind of study the film, and then I went to Brooks Institute in Santa Barbara, California. And I graduated in 2009. You know, of course, I'm older now. You start family, and then you get busy, but then you go back to what you really want to do. Film is storytelling is a passion that I always had.
So this is a dream come true for you. That it's not yet too late to do your passion.
It's never too late for anybody to start anything that they're passionate about. So I encourage anyone to start it at any age, at any time.
My last question for you, since you're also the writer, storyteller of the film,
Yes, sir.
what message that you like to impart to your audience for this movie?
The message of Pater Noster is about family. It's a Filipino value, and how far we go to take care of our loved ones.
Okay, thank you. I have a question for Aaron. Hi, Aaron. Parang matagal ka nang hindi nakalabas sa isang solo film na ikaw ang bida. Ibig sabihin, for years, from Enero Luna, Goyo, and yung Quezon. So you were major support. Pero this time, bidang-bida. Anong pakiramdam?
It feels great, of course, and I feel grateful for Direk. Like he believes to somehow incorporate my personality to the character of Peter, and somehow thank you for trusting me doing Peter's character. Thank you for the never-ending support that you gave during our shooting days, and thank you for believing to finish this project with me. So I feel grateful and I feel blessed to have Direk on my side.
So ganun ka-special sa itong project na to?
Yes, very special talaga. Very special talaga. Kasi for the longest time that I've been made a project with different networks. So for me, this could be the comeback for my showbiz industry. And I guess we just want to show and share the story to our fellow Filipinos struggling, making life decisions, or somehow obeying their parents, even in bad or different circumstances in life. So yun po.
Siguro without giving us spoilers, sabi kanina, ama versus anak. Ano ba yung kwento
Tito
ng
Archie.
Tito Archie? Tito Archie, ano yung kwento ng pelikula?
Simple lang po. Pag hindi sumusunod yung anak, kastiguhin mo.
Thank you po. Congratulations and good luck.
Salamat po, salamat po.
Thank you for your questions. That was Mel Navarro of Tempo. Up next, we have Bobby Regentina of Manila Bulletin.
Magandang hapon po. I wanna ask the stars on sila Sir Archie, sila Aaron and Kate. Saan kayo, puno-puno ng action yung movie at based on sa trailer, saan kayo na-challenge sa pelikula lang ito? Saan kayo na-challenge?
Hello?
Honestly, na-challenge ako siguro sa emotional na acting, like yung self-control. Kasi my role here, si Catherine, she carries a lot of emotions even though she doesn't quite show it to them, to everyone. Yeah.
Una-muna, matanda. Ano lang po, simple lang. Na-challenge po ako sa pag-iyak. Kasi alam niyo naman, ang mga kontrabida, saka mga character actor, halos walang pagkakataon na magkaroon ng mga scenes na naiiyak siya. So, yun po yung mga medyo na-challenge tayo.
Ako for me siguro, portraying those four identities or personalities in the middle of the movie. Hindi ko siya pwede pang sabihin kasi isa siya sa mga inaabangan dito sa pelikulang ito. At ayoko rin din siyang i-spoil kasi masasayang yung excitement on that particular scenes, no? So, I guess yun po yung pinaka na-challenge akong gawin during shooting days natin there. Transformations with those four identities got me really challenged portraying it in front of my fellow actors. So yun po.
KB, stunt woman ka, di ba? So, were you in charge of the stunts dito sa movie? Ikaw rin ba in charge sa stunts?
Unfortunately, no. Kasi much more yung acting ko dito rather than performing stunts.
Is this your first talaga na major acting na rin?
Yes po.
So, kumusta?
May halo ding excitement na may kaba din kasi ayun, I gave my all naman na gawin ko yung pag-aarte ko physically and emotionally. So, ayun yung na-challenge sa akin bilang artist.
Bala po bang ituloy-tuloy na to? Like, more on acting ka muna bukod sa stunts?
Both actually, kasi may work din po ako from other projects as a stunt performer. Then may upcoming project din po ako as an actor din po.
Okay, last question na naman. Sa iyo pa rin. I read somewhere na sabay mo ginagawa na stunts ang Batang Quiapo tsaka Encantadia Chronicles na magkasabay ng time slot. So, hindi naman ito na problema yun.
Hiwalay naman po yung schedule nun kasi may time na, for example, like from the first week of March, parang ganun, dito ako sa isang show. Then, next other weeks, next other days, sa ibang show naman ako. So, hindi naman nagkaka-conflict, parang ganun.
Based on comments, ang dami na nakakilala sa'yo na, siya nag-stunts kay ganito, ganito. So, congratulations and sana
Thank you po.
Okay.
Alright. I received the call. Sorry, I received the call. Alright, up next we have Miss Pilar Mateo of Hata.
Hi, good afternoon. I would like to ask the writer, Raymond, how did you come on board? How did you meet Direct Matt? Paano nabuo yung concept? Since pareho kayo nagsulat nito, diba?
It started with my friend, Vivian Perez. She was looking, she has a friend, Tito Antonio, who was looking for a writer because Tito Antonio is friends with Direk Matt. And then Tito Antonio met me and then he introduced me to Matt. And then, so that's the first time, 2.5 years, almost 3 years. So I got his script, he let me read it, and it's totally very Western. And he was asking me how to make it Filipino and to, of course, add other elements since I write also for TV and film. And so we collaborated, and thank God we aligned in vision despite the differences. And I'm happy to say that you will find in the film that Filipino families domestically is really can attract audience.
Another question for Direct. How did you pick the artist to be in the movie? Was there an audition for
Yes,
the
so
portrait?
it was a process. So we wanted to do some auditions and choose the best actors for the role. It took some time. It's a little overlooked in here. So, but we kind of took the time. The actors were very kind and they showed up for the auditions. We did some rehearsals. We kind of explored these characters and it was a great experience.
Another question. How familiar are you with our local movies? Like, as we've seen in the trailer, there has some vibe about us, like comparing it to an Eric Mati film for the action scenes and everything. Are you familiar with the local films? Have you seen them?
You're asking me, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very familiar with it. I've watched quite a few of them. Pater Noster is, we have a different take on the action drama, local Filipino films. And it's exciting. I want to follow up for the question they asked for the actors. We did the movie was demanding where it's required to kind of expand on their range in the acting. And they did an amazing job, and you could see it in the actual movie.
Okay. For Sir Archie, this is your first time ba na mag-title role? And ano po yung pakiramdam ngayon na kayo ang masasabing bida at kayo yung nasa title role?
Honestly po, hindi naman po ito yung unang title roller na nagawa ko. Pero sa television lang mostly yung mga napanood siguro. Even up to now, I still feel na I'm not a title roller dito sa Rome project. I've always been supporting my good friend Aaron na siya yung bida. At ako yung kontrabida doon sa pelikula. Parang ganun po ang pakiramdam.
Kayong dalawa. Thank you po and congratulations.
Thank you din.
Thank you. That was Miss Pilar Mateo of Hata. Up next we have Miss Kate Adahar of Random Republica.
Hi, good afternoon. My first question is for Director Matt. What's the inspiration behind the story? When you wrote it, what did you have in mind?
The Pater Noster was a story about, it started with thinking of what if somebody gets it's a little spoiler, but what if you get a new blood and your personality changes? And what if, as a parent, and what would you choose something for your children? And what's that would you choose? And that's kind of how the story kind of grow and expanded to the talking about an underground family who trying to kind of find the best thing the best choice for their children.
Overall, how would you describe your filming experience here?
The film experience was great. The film industry in here is quite unique in many ways, but there is incredible talents here and team that worked on the film, the performers, they did an amazing job. I would say it should have been explored more, and there should be more films that gets done in here.
Thank you. And for Miss Kaylee, a lot of female actresses dream of doing what you do. How would you describe the experience of being a woman in a male-dominated space?
Wow. I don't know. Medyo, it was new to me. Parang bagong feeling lang tong ginagawa namin sa mga action movies na female yung mag-lead or female yung magkokontrabida, and yeah, nag-ano din, parang grateful and feeling challenging yung mga magiging eksena, yung mga gagawin sa mga lahat ng films made by female too.
Thank you. That was Ms. Kay to the Heart of Random Republica. For our next question, we have Romel Gonzalez of Police Files, Hataw, and People's Balita.
Yes, my first question is for Sir Archie Adamas. Father po kayo sa tunay na buhay, sir.
Yes naman po.
So, how would you describe yourself as a father in real life?
Ako po? Hindi maganda. Hindi naman po. I've always been very open to my kids, but none of them have followed my footsteps because it's their choice. And actually, contributing factor din po siguro ko, nasabi ko, hirap yung aking more than 40 years na experience. This was not really sunshine and whatever. Although I'm very glad because I came in, I started with a very good director who mentored me, and at the same time I've worked with the veteran actors who taught me how to be a contrabida and all that. So ang feeling ko naman po, even without them following my footsteps, ang feeling ko is I gave them the freedom to choose which path they would like to take. And being that kind of a father, I believe, medyo mabait din naman ako.
How many kids do you have po?
7 po.
Ilan po ang boys and ang girls?
There are 2 girls. Actually, 1 girl is not a real girl. And the rest are boys now.
So, since nabanggit niyo po yun, how is your relationship with your daughter na binanggit niyo? Especially
I'm
nowadays po, di ba may
Yes, I'm fine. I'm an LGBTQ believer there. So somehow I really don't mind which gender you take. In fact, I was even more surprised when she mentioned something about a gender that because she can be a girl and she can be a boy at the same time. Sabi ko, ganda yun. Parang ang artista, pwede kang ganito, pwede ka ito. So okay naman po sila.
So yun, napaka-okay naman po pa ng father. So, congratulations.
Well, thank you so much.
And my next question for Aaron, ikaw anak ka naman dito, di ba? Ganun din, sa tunay na buhay, anong klaseng anak ka? Nasuway mo na ba ng bongga ang parents mo? And kung meron, anong incident yun?
I would say yes. I would agree. During my younger days, like I always say, there's nothing perfect in this world, no? As a son, as a daughter, as a father, as a parent, whatever. But then again, I tend to cope up or make bawit to my parents. Kasi sa lahat ng mga nangyayari sa buhay natin yan, we need also to fall with those mistakes, and those mistakes will turn us into to be a stronger man someday, or stronger human being in all aspects, no? Kasi as long as hindi mo na-experience yung bagay, you're not gonna be able to meet yung growth na sinatawag nila. So, every one of us are really considering this kind of moment in life, and we have to accept and adjust, no? We can never like fall into better place as much as we want to, but then again the moment that the Lord has given you a mission, you have to do it, no? But as long as you can get all the guidance from Him, accept the fact that things will get wrong in some moments, but never stop and never quit.
Ayan, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. That was Romel Gonzalez of Police Files Hataw and People's Balita. For our next batch, please do stand by Ms. Ana Cereza of ABS-CBN, Ms. Dolly Ann Carvajal of Philstar, June Narda of Marites University, Nikki Wang of Manila Standard, Jomar Chomens of World of Jumps, Cine Geeks Podcast. Our next question will be coming from Ana Cereza of ABS-CBN.
Hello, congratulations on the film. Hello. Sir Archie, pwede ko, ayan, Sir Archie. Thank you for sharing that earlier, no? Parang, hello.
I'm sorry, there. Yes, I can see you. Opo, I can see you. Kaya lang umiikot din po ko ng konti doon sa gilid.
Hello, Sir Archie, ang ganda lang yung shinare nyo kanina, nung nag-come out yung anak ninyo. At what age was that po? And can you share ng a little background sa anak niyo po?
Yung, no offense, because I call her Balaki, yung Balaki ko.
Balaki, yung Balaki. Ano po ba ano siya? Pinanganak na son, daughter? Ano
Daughter po talaga siya.
Daughter.
She was a girl, as far as I'm concerned, she was a girl until she graduated high school. But right after high school, nung pumasok na siya sa PUP, parang nabago yung kanyang gender shift. Sabi ko, iba na mga, siyempre, akala mo, mga kasamahan ng mga dinadala sa bahay, mga friends na babae, di ba? Only for me to realize na yung iba pala doon is nanliligaw sa kanya. And then after some time, after several years, iba na naman yung kanyang dinala. So sabi ko, sino naman ito ngayon? Sabi niya, girlfriend ko. So ano ka ba talaga ngayon? So she mentioned to me a gender which I can no longer remember. Basta parang, sige, okay lang po. Ano yung talaga gusto mo, didong ka. Ang importante, happy ka dyan. And wala kang depressive stage or lahat. Pero meron din siya, honestly speaking. She goes through that.
But you've always been supportive of it. Ever
yes.
since, kahit na hindi mo pa na maintindihan mo ba talaga?
Well, ganito na lang po. 40 years more or less na ako sa showbiz. So I've been with all genders. And somehow, I've accepted the fact na mas marami dito yung mga hindi mo ka-gender. Pero they're nice working with. My mentor, the director, was not full female, full male. So, di ba, parang accepted mo na po. Nakaka-work mo na nga sila ng maayos.
That's very sweet, Sir Archie. Last
Thank
question
you.
na lang. Sorry, ilan taon na po pala yung anak mo ngayon?
Yung girl ko
Yes,
naman,
yung girl.
she's turning 30.
Magka-age na yan. Last na lang, sir. Ano lang yung...
Okay lang. It's quite interesting din, diba?
Sir, ano lang din yung advice mo? Because ngayon, I think we're medyo nagkakagulo sa social media when it comes to these things, yung parenting someone from the LGBT community. What is your advice as a father? Of course, diba, we don't impose our parenting style. Pero for you, parang would you have a message naman sa parents? Kasi a lot of parents pa rin, they're having a hard time, when their child comes out to them.
It's just to believe in what they say and for them to believe you as a father na i-guide mo sila ng maayos, magbibigay ka ng mga advices na sa tingin naman nila sensible or bagay sa takbo ng kanilang pag-iisip. Ganun ang tingin ko. Parang, best thing to do is just be yourself, be honest, be truthful to them.
And be a parent.
Yeah, because otherwise they see you as you are. They can see through you, lalo na pag nag-age na ng konti.
And you've never encountered anyone who probably suggested to change your parenting style, dapat ganito, ganyan ka towards your daughter?
Wala naman po sigurong masyado akong alam. Kasi I would have probably shared that to somebody older than me because I'm trying to get the wisdom of their years. Pero parang throughout the years ko din, at 70, parang wow, I've learned a little bit of here and there through my life and dealing with people. The nicest thing about being in showbiz, is that you deal with a lot of people. Parang ang doktor. Ang dami mong ginagamot, tinutulungan, mga ganyan ba?
Thank you so much, Sir
Ay, you're welcome po.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Miss Ana Cereza of ABS-CBN. Up next, we have Miss Dalian Carvajal of Philstar.
Hello. Per Aaron, just a fun question.
Yes, ma'am.
Kasi you mentioned, and I read the press release na parang nag-iba-iba yung personality mo after the blood transfusion. So, if ever you'd be given a chance to assume another personality, kanino personality ang gusto mo try to have even for a week or a day? Kasi sige sa usapan para ano naman lang.
Eddie Garcia. Si Mr. Eddie Garcia.
Can you expound?
Well, I've worked with him for a long time, since Once Upon a Time, then towards Provinciano, Juan de la Cruz during 2013 with Dreamscape. No, I really find it working with Mr. Eddie Garcia. It was a fun experience. It was he's a brilliant and smart actor here in our country. Majority of the people, or mostly in the family of cinema industry, loves him so much for being himself. He was generous enough to share those tools when it comes to acting to me. So I'm very grateful to have him as my fellow actor, as my co-actor. And I've learned so much from him regarding discipline in the set, trying to obey your directors with their protocols, trying to somehow work with your writers and somehow collab with them with the work that you want to show or to showcase. No? So I would say Mr. Eddie Garcia has done a lot for my life up to now.
And your role now as Peter, it seems so emotionally layered. How did you not overplay it?
Actually, maganda po yung tanong na yan, no? Parang it boils down to control na din. Kung mapapansin nyo po sa mga eksena namin, hindi lagi kailangan sumigaw, hindi kailangan. Kasi somehow it will become monotonous, no? So somehow we're trying to, good thing with my fellow actors, they're very generous enough to somehow to show their style or execution before we shot the final scene under Derek's film. At it's a very collaborative work with our writers also, kasi some parts of the script nag-suggest din kami to make it more like believable or truthful in the eyes of our viewers, no? So I'm very blessed to have these guys in me.
And for Sir Archie, kung bibigyan niyo po ng tagline o blurb yung movie niyo, ano po yun?
Yung
parang catchphrase.
Tagline nung para sa ito po,
Pelikula yan.
yung sa character ko po, yung
Or the
pelikula.
entire film.
God, my Father.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Tama
That was
naman,
Miss...
Tito Richie. Tama naman.
Alright, up next we have June Nardo of Marites University.
Ilang question. Okay, alamin ko lang yung sa working with your director po, niya Cotro, right? I was working with him. I assume first time yung makatrabaho siya, di ba? Yes. Yung sino, what's your name? Ikaw ba?
Si Raymond po.
Raymond. Kasama kami sa movie. Okay. How's your experience working with your director?
Well, I first met Direct Matt almost 3 years ago, and totally we don't know each other, but as soon as we went on board and collaborated on the ideas, I guided him for scripting and for portraying the characters to make them more Filipino. So, ako naman po kasi is galing po kasi industriya for the longest time, and natutuwa po ako that we have somebody new trying to penetrate our industry. So, it's all more about helping them penetrate, and ang ating po industry ay open arms mo po sa lahat ng nangangarap na magawa ng movie. So, it's my experience, to be honest, is natutuwa po, siguro swerte lang because nag-align kami, because it's not really normal na nag-align.
You're a writer also?
Writer po, sir.
Okay. Pero actor ka rin?
In some films, yes.
Okay, sige. Dito sa pelikula nito, actor ka? Ay, writer ka?
Yes po.
Okay. So, paano collaboration ninyong dalawa? What's your collaboration? Nakakasundo
Well,
kayo?
to be honest, sir,
O nag-aaway kayo?
To be honest po, this is my first time to collaborate with somebody na galing from another country. And iba po yung sensibility niya, it's more very Western, and he hardly knows about our culture. And the film, the script is totally, medyo challenging siyang i-adapt. Yes po, so parang ako naman po yung nag-bring ng Filipino flavor doon sa script at saka doon sa film. And I'm happy to say, na pag nakita niyo po sa trailer, is nahagip naman po yung Filipino sensibility.
Magandang how about Laylee? Kaylee. Okay, sorry.
Ano po man, sorry?
Yung first time working with?
Working with Direct is, well, it's, for me, all in all, it was better, and I really love working with him because I remember when we were having a script reading, ina-explain sa akin ni Direk Matt about about our character and our scenes na paano na namin to gagawin in our acting, from physical to emotional. Pero ayun, all in all, okay naman siyang makakita.
Nabasa ko sa press release na yung martial arts, ano ka, expert or what?
Yeah, I trained kickboxing, taekwondo, and wrestling like WWE. And meron dito rin sa Pilipinas, it's called Puso Wrestling. Meron na din ditong wrestling sa Pilipinas.
Nakatakot ka pala.
Sorry po.
I would say that Kelly is an underrated actress. She is an incredible drama actress, beside her skills as a performer. So,
Even though it's my really first time na gawin tong drama, even though may less action siya, ibinigay ko na lahat.
Pero, pwede malaman ng background mo kasi nga first time na kamamit as an artist. Ha? Nanununto ka ba or what?
Honestly, ang original word ko when I'm starting here in media entertainment is talaga stunt performer. Like, nag-training po kami ng mga, not just stunts, yung mga balibagan, something. Yung mga, like, kickboxing din. Tapos yung mga tinatapon sa salamin, everywhere, everything. So yun din trabaho.
Exciting pala ginagawa mo, ha? Pero dito, how challenging is your role? Anak ka ni, di ba?
Ito, Archie.
Anak ka, di ba? So, maraming action scenes dito na nakita ko. So, pasado ba yung action scenes ng dalawang to sa galing mo?
Grabe naman po. Matagal na kasi sila sa industry lalo na sa mga action. So, parang mas malayo pa sila sa akin, malayo pa sa kanila.
Nakagawa ka na rin ng local film, sa bypass ka raw, nalaman ko.
Yes po. Isa po ako sa mga goons ni Boss Chonky, si Pito Levi Ignacio.
Okay. Yun. Dito naman, nag-drama ka rin with
Oo.
Archie Agar.
Yes po.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you po.
Nice info. Si Aaron, so how's your experience with our director?
Opo. Kala ko magkakaroon kami ng language barrier.
Di ba?
Nung shooting namin.
Oo.
Kasi kung makikita mo si Direk, no, as you see him,
Si Derek ano ba ang nationality? Russian? American?
Syrian.
Syrian American.
He's a Syrian
I'm
American.
an American. I live in America, but my family from Syria originally.
Thank you, Derek. Yes, Aaron.
So he was generous enough to share all the ideas he wants to make to complete this film. At he's generous enough to take care of us during our shooting days kasi sobrang spoiled kami doon.
Ano binibigay?
Parang lahat ng gusto namin binibigay nila. That means, I mean, in the chance of being comfortable during inside the set, no, during doing the scenes, no. Kompleto po kami lahat ng cast, even our writers are also there as we shot this film almost every day. Somehow, no, it's almost every day 2 years ago. At hindi ko minsan narinig si Direk na nagmura sa set. Never ko siyang dinig at sumigaw sa set. Hindi naman
Parang
po.
chill lang siya tao.
Sino pinagalitan mo niya?
Wala po eh.
Wala.
Wala eh. Kaya masasabi ko napakabait ng director namin kasi compare dito sa mga local directors natin, for sure.
Pagalitan ka madalas.
Oo naman, before napagalitan ako when I was starting. During my younger days in showbiz, si Derek Chito Aronio, of course, one of our veteran directors in the Philippines. Oo, talaga. Very terror talaga. But then again, I got those like nuances or discipline from these people. Nagkaroon ako ng disiplina para pag-aralan ko yung character na ibinigay sa akin. Yung storya, not only for my character but also the characters that involves in the story. So, ang laki po ng naitulong sa akin ng mga terror directors during that time. At masaya ako dahil sa tulong nila hanggang ngayon nandito pa rin ako sa industriya.
Basta generous si Derek, ha?
Si Derek, opo, very generous and very considerate po pagdating sa trabaho namin sa set.
Archie naman, sa dami ng director na humawak sa iyo, kumusta ka, Archie?
Katulad din naman po nung wala kay Direk Lino hanggang sa present, it's another experience. Every director is another experience. Even if you work with the same director, it's another experience. Para po sa akin, ang experience ko sa kanya was almost like the foreign directors that I've had there in the past. Na mas Inglesero nga lang siya. So, in terms of in terms of yung communication skills namin parehas, nagkakatugma naman po kami. Gawa ng na-explain niya, ito yung gusto kong mangyari dyan. Ito yung gusto kong maging resulta. So, may share mo din naman sa kanya, ito yung tingin ko na dapat approach. So, very open siya sa suggestions. Yun yung isang magandang nagustuhan ko sa kanya. And in terms of generosity, ang generosity pinabanggit ni Aaron is yung pag-alaga sa amin na kailangan hindi kami puyat, hindi kami nagutom sa set, at higit sa lahat, masaya kami habang nagsushoot. Yun yung nakuha ko na sa kanya. So overall, para sa akin, like I said nung start, it's a new experience.
Thank you. Do you understand, director?
Continue.
Very good, di ba? So,
Very hard.
of course, how do you feel working with them. Your actors, how do you feel working with
I
them?
was very lucky. In the film industry, the job of the director is 90% choosing the right actors, and I was very lucky to have them on the set. It was a great experience. I have learned so much from them. Actually, I want to thank Tito Ashi. She just kind of shared personal experience or his personal life, which I actually never asked or I never known about it. So thank you, Tito Ashi. The themes that he mentioned, they're present in the film. We tapped into these where what the choices that the parents, what the choices of the children and how the parents would react to such things. So that was present in the film, and Tito Ashi never mentioned about his personal life. But I was very lucky to have them on the set.
Do you have a translator during the shooting?
Yes, we always had somebody to explain it sometimes. With all honesty, they speak pretty good English. I never had any issue communicating the ideas or how we're gonna do it. We went in well prepared for the shoot. You know, like any film, you know, you go with all your armories, my shot list, my storyboards, blocking. But at the end of the day, you have to leave this kind of behind you, look in the back mirror, and listen to these amazing actors who kind of interpret it in a specific way, and you work with them to kind of get the best out of that scene. For example, Tito Ashi, when we were rehearsing, he mentioned something which it didn't cross my mind while we were writing it, because I wanted to localize the script, and that's where Raymond came in, and he was very generous, and he kind of brought in that spirit. And Tito Ashi, all the dialogue was in Tagalog. And he said, you know, if I am from a certain class in the Philippines, my dialogue will be mixed with English. So I said, if you feel that this is probably the way it should be, then it should be the way you kind of say it in the scenes. And that's how we did it. And it kind of fits really well for the film and for his character.
Yan na, mabait pala yung director niya. Generous na, mabait pa. Talaga. So, did you pick them or did they audition? How were they chosen?
We auditioned.
Okay.
Well, one special note, Aaron is a famous actor, so it's very special to have him. And he did a great job. We did audition quite for, I believe, for a week almost. Christopher is here. He would know Christopher and MJ. But we did audition for Navabos and MJ Balactas, great guys. This is the guy. MJ was the one who facilitated everything with her company 1882. We did auditions. The methodology is you audition actors, you choose some, you start rehearsals. Based on the rehearsals, you can kind of get the feeling of how is that going to fit the role, and you kind of start building on that. Sometimes actors doesn't fit the role, then you kind of start finding alternative and kind of move things around. But the priority is to choose the right actors for the right role.
Where did you shoot?
We shot in 3 different locations: Quezon City, Morong in Bataan, and in Rizal in Grand Spain.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Then I can end the cast.
Thank you. That was Leonardo of Marites University. Up next, we have Nikki Wan of Manila Stanford.
Hi, over here. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I wanted to know, how did you end up in the Philippines, and why did you decide to pursue a project here in the country?
It's like what the film is about. It's about family. I have great appreciation for family. The reason I'm here, my lovely wife is here, Marivic, and that's why we're here. And the Philippine culture is fascinating. We love it. My kids go to school in here, so that's how we ended up here. The reason we did this movie, I really wanted to do this feature film. Like Raymond mentioned, it was more westernized. It was written for pretty much a Western audience. And I thought that from my background, from the culture of the Philippines, it's really fitting to have that movie done in here because of these values that the Filipino culture has. So that's how we decided to kind of move it and make it flavored, Pinoy flavored story.
And earlier it was mentioned that language barrier wasn't an issue. It wasn't an issue. But as a director, what were the challenges that you encountered doing this film?
Any film production is a challenge. Let's say in any sets, it's a challenge to get anything done. It's a visual medium, so you tell the story by the visuals. You could process that on your own. So as long that you're capable of translating that into the screen, people would react to that. And that's how we kind of process the film. So the barriers, I don't think it's an issue anymore because we are speaking of a visual medium. It's told by the picture.
So thank you. And my next question is for Aaron and Sir Archie. The film itself, it's a social commentary, I believe. Through your character, siguro, how can they resonate with the current climate that we have in our society? Through your characters, how can we relate to your characters?
Well, on Peter's character, I guess, and I will say, it's very relatable, especially to the young people today who struggles sa making life decisions or obeying their parents. Yun nga, kahit sa mga malalaki at pangit na bagay, no? It's always a choice, no? On Peter's perspective, my father, which is Tito Archie, he wants me to continue his legacy, but then on my part, Peter realizes that this is not the world that I want to create someday. So, as much as he wants to absorb or listen to his father, he wants this like a power. He has this. He wants this power, not from killing, but the power of building up a complete family and a happy family someday. Yun po yung I would say na it will somehow resonates with our current issues now, especially to the young ones.
Marami tayong powerful people dito sa atin. And some of them would like to control almost every aspect, every asset that you have and that you own. And basically that is what I understood about the character. One very powerful person that controls everything until his world starts to collapse. And then you also run for your life. Somehow that's how I see it. The same way dito sa atin, and yung mga mayayaman dati, maraming mga sasakyan, mga kung ano nung pag-aari, na nung oras na hinahabol na sila, doon na sila nagko-collapse unti-unti. So, yun po yung aking nakikitang relationship between doon sa ating present situation at saka doon sa storyang inano ni Direct Man.
I understand na medyo may pagka-villain yung character. Well, villain yung character mo. Pero what part of your character na parang nagugustuhan mo sa kanya?
Yung meron din siyang softness pagdating dun sa sariling pamilya, which is nakikita rin natin at narinig na natin sa maraming mga hearings at saka yung aftermath ng hearings, di ba? Malalaman mo yung pamilya ganito kayaman at lahat kung paano nila ini-spoil din yung kanilang pamilya at paano sila parang umiiyak dahil para sa pamilya nila ginawa. Yun yung nakikita kong analogy.
Thank you, Paul, and good luck with your film.
Thank you.
Thank you for your questions. That was Nikki Wang of Manila Standard. Up next, we have Jomar Jomens of World of Joms.
Hi, good afternoon. So, I just have one question here, one fun question. So, if your movie had a warning label, and what is it? For everyone, sorry. Yeah, question for everyone.
Anyone who would like to answer first?
Ako siguro, I'll first. Ngayon kasi very current yung mga kabataan finding their own identities sa social media. They struggle in finding their voice, and sometimes it leads to tragedy. And for me, for this film, they will see themselves there, and maaalala nila yung kanilang pinaggalingan, lahat the struggles of finding their voice, finding their identity. And for me, that's kind of a trigger thing. And I hope it doesn't mess up with their mental state, because our objective is to really help them find the strength, find their voice, even at the expense of sometimes disobeying your family. But that's the point of freedom naman, and the point of real love. So I guess for me, that's the trigger and the thing.
Warning label, so you will find yourself.
I would say it's question authority. If it's coming from anywhere, whether it's your parents or any other authorities, because what you're looking for is to find yourself, you find your happiness.
You will find yourself, you will find your happiness.
Totoo yung sinabi mo no? Once you find yourself, you will find also happiness. No? Totoo siya. Ano ba? Siguro, sasabi ko siguro, especially now with our toxic situation right now, no? Especially with the government and whoever. Parang somehow for me, we're being manipulated by social media, no? Somehow there's so much disadvantages, and it's somehow getting to the abuse part of using these social media platforms. So somehow we should go back to the things that we used to be doing like before, compared to at present. Especially AI, ang daming nagkakaproblema sa AI ngayon. Photos, videos, pwede mo siyang dayain. So hindi mo na alam kung ano yung totoo. Which is, it's not a normal life in this normal world. Diba? Kaya, for me, somehow, they could impose AI siguro sa piling mga bagay na lang. Not in everything, not in all aspects. Yun lang po.
Ako na raw. Kung tama po ako, ang hinihingi mo is a warning label.
Yeah, warning label.
Sa akin, ang magiging warning label ko is beware. Violence can be eternal.
Agree. No, good sa Thank you so much.
And then the George.
For me, siguro yung strong labels about the separation of family. I remember when I read the script, and then direct Matt told me about the film, this story, and about the family, the relationship between the father-daughter or mother-daughter. It's somehow loving, but it's painful all at once. So it's all complicated na sana sa lahat ng family na siguro makaka-relate dito sa story ko na sana magkaroon love, loyalty, and faith to each other.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That was John Mark Johnson's World of Johns. And for our last set of questions, we have Cine Geeks Podcast.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Roy. I'm from Cine Geeks Podcast. First off, congratulations po on the film. It looks very exciting. First question I'd like to ask is for Direct Matt. And also possibly kay Sir Raymond, since you believe co-wrote the film together. The concept of blood transfusion bringing about personality change is a very unique concept for actually any kind of film here in the Philippines, specifically an action film. What made you first off choose that specific slant for the film, and how do you balance the tone of possibly it being an action movie and also I think science fiction?
Thank you for the question. It all started with a short story of. I read a short story back in 2015. It's written by a good friend of mine. His name is Abdullah Kassir. He's in Germany. And the story talks about a terrorist commander, an ISIS commander who thrives on the blood of the innocent people he takes and to stay alive. And it kind of got me thinking, what if you get the blood of somebody else and your personality changes? And kind of the story grew from there, where I started thinking, what if in a family the father can decide what kind of blood or the person who can get their children so they can be the way they want them to be. And that's how the story started, and that's kind of the concept came about. Like Raymond mentioned, I wrote it as a Western style of film, but it is more fitting for a cultural reference where people share these kind of values, where family, like the Filipino culture, the Asian cultures in general, where they have great values to family relationship, to expectation, respect of the elders. So these are kind of integral to the culture of the Philippines, and then the story becomes more richer in many ways.
Sir Raymond.
Well, at first it was challenging for me because I've been writing for film and TV, mostly television, and most of the time our bosses always reminded us to be more authentic with our scenes, and this one in particular, the blood transfusion, changing personas, is totally a heightened reality. So it doesn't happen in real life, including the other devices used. But when we were discussing, in a way it's satirical, it becomes satire. It provides a cinematic commentary about the over-controlling patriarch over his son, who also represents the constituents of a politician, like us, being morphing into monsters and whatnot. And for me, that is part of the creative license that both of us have agreed on, and it contributes greatly to the cinematic language of the film. So at the end, when you watch it, it becomes part of the universe, the reality of the film, and you don't question anymore the veracity of it.
Thank you.
Sorry, one note I want to follow up on Raymond's. One note for the blood transfusion. I have researched that, and I met people who had a full blood transfusion. Some of them, they claim they actually felt different. Now, is that based on science? We have the creative freedom of that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My next question is for Sir Aaron. Based on the trailer we see na you go through many different personalities based on yung concept ng blood transfusion. My question for you is, how did you prepare for the challenge of embodying these distinct personas within a single character arc. Kasi basically, ikaw pa rin yun, pero nag-iiba-iba lang, I guess, yung parang personality mo. How did you prepare for that?
It went complex for me. That actually it was a challenging part of this movie. With those personas of changing personalities from the blood transfusions that I had. Mahirap siya. I have to prepare myself like to the point I have to isolate myself from my fellow actors just to focus on those personalities, no, na gusto nilang ipagawa sa akin. At first I find it really funny kasi you're expecting it's an action film, so barilan, it's more killing, blood and stuff. But then again, this parang made me like this part surprised me so much na pwede palang gawin ito, no, to make the film more interesting. And it's not totally like it's an action film that you have to show with the viewers, but somehow there's a plot twist in the middle of the story, which is this part. So I'm very grateful, Sir Raymond, that thank you for putting this part on this film. No, for us, for them to understand whatever could be the values or the style or culture of the Filipinos that we want to impart on this film. Kaya maraming salamat sa inyo.
Thank you, Sir Aaron. My next question naman was for Sir Archie. You mentioned earlier, you shared a little bit about your experience as a father, but we're not going to get into detail na lang po doon. But what I want to ask you is, bilang ama, you mentioned na there are times where you want to simply parang understand yung choices ng mga anak niyo po. I think dito sa film, the biggest parang conflict is you're trying to figure out how to parang understand the changes that's happening to Aaron's character. Kaya my question for that, related to that, is parang there seems to be like a twisted form of love that you're parang showing to Aaron's character. Ikaw personally, do you see your character as a villain or just as a tatay in the Filipino sense na hindi niya alam kung paano i-accept yung change na nangyayari sa anak niya?
Well, actually, the way I understood it, it was a twisted kind of, it's a twisted mind. Twisted, but at the same time, he's just so focused on one thing. This person is my clone. And that's basically what you want to happen. Now, the blood transfusion thing was just trying to experiment on anything possible just to make him your clone, regardless of what's the result. And then you just get surprised by every changes that you see for transformations and for believability na, oh, is that you? I don't like that. Change it. So it's basically just to make a clone of yourself. That's how I see it. Yeah, I don't know if I answered your question correctly.
No problem. Thank you very much.
May I follow up?
Go ahead, please.
So we set out to make an anti-hero, anti-villain type of story. Deo, Ninong Deo, the father in the story, he's not a villain in the kind of the logic sense that we know. He's a father who wants the best for his children, and he will do anything for them. The same thing is that when Peter, he's a person who was a victim at the beginning, and he rises. It's like a phoenix. He's rising and he kind of finding his choices and the best thing for himself. And so the intention was to create this kind of blur that line between villain and hero and keep them more interesting. So we get a story that kind of thrives on that drama that it's happening between the lines.
Thank you very much, Derek. Can I ask one question? Just for Miss Kaylee, just to ask, first off, Just want to tell you that you've been part of some of my favorite action films like Bybus and Maria. So my question for you is, since you are well versed in martial arts and of course stunt work, I think you answered this na po earlier, pero just hopefully to get another POV kumbaga. Were you part of like the conceptualization of some of the stunts in this film, or were you parang focused mainly on the acting aspect of your role here?
Yeah, I think I'm much more focused on acting here in this film because they wanted me to act, not to perform my stunts. So.
Okay, thank you very much and congratulations.
There you have it. That was Cine Geeks Podcast. Thank you very much to all our dear friends from the media and online as well. Maraming salamat for all your questions, and that concludes your Q&A. Thank you very much. And congratulations to our team Paternoster. This time, please invite everyone to support your film on March 25th. Let's start with our writer.
Okay, thank you very much for coming here. We'd like to invite you to watch Paternoster showing on March 25 in cinemas all over the country. So directed by Mr. Montas Control, starring Aaron Villaflor, Archie Adamos, Kelly Carrigan, and so many others. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm inviting you everyone to watch Paternoster. It's rated and directed by Montas Control, starring Aaron Villaflor, Tito Archie Adamos, and yours truly. Distributed by Viva Films and
Maraming salamat po. We invite you to watch Paternoster. It's a story of family and how far we go to take care of our loved ones. It's acted by incredible actors, Erin Villaflor, Archie Adamos, and Kelly Carrigan. It'll be in cinema in March 25.
Tulungan po natin ang ating pelikula kasi wala na po masyadong nanonood ngayon sa mga sinehan. Ngayon kung saan man po ito maipalabas, suportahan na lang po natin nang sa ganon makagawa pa ng mas marami. 25 nitong March, papalabas po sa mga cinema houses. 23rd po, meron yatang premiere. And hopefully, kung meron man pong magkakataon, mabigyan ng success na mapasama sa ibang festivals. Nang sa ganon, mas marami pa po makapanood. Pakisuportahan na lang po kami. Thank you.
Yan, muli po, nagpapasalamat po kami in behalf of Paternoster family. Maraming pong salamat sa ating mga press families na nagkaroon ng oras at nagbigay ng oras para makinig at mababahagi din ang pagkakataong ito to promote our movie, Paternoster. No? Muli, inibitahan po namin kayo from our writers, directors, and the cast of this film. Inibitahan po namin kayo abangan at panoorin ang Paternoster itong darating na March 25 po. Kaya maraming salamat po at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
There you have it. Once again, congratulations to Team Paternoster. This time we'll have our last photo op for this afternoon. Please stay in the middle once again. Okay, please stay as close as possible to each other para mas maganda po tayo sa inyong photo.
Yeah. LGK, thank you so much also. Maraming salamat po.
There you have it for updates on Paternoster, Our Father. Like and follow Viva Films official social media accounts on Facebook, facebook.com/Viva Films, and on X and Instagram at Viva_Films. So once again, catch Paternoster, Our Father in cinemas and see how blood ties can become a cage. Opens March 25th this year, 2026. Paternoster, Our Father, written and directed by Matt Petrov, starring Aaron Villaflor, Archie Adamos, and Kaylee Carrigan. There you have it. Thank you so much once again, everybody. Have a great afternoon.